Shalom, everyone. This is Rabbi Allen, and I am coming to you today for our weekly Torah portion of Messiah in the Torah. And this week we are in the portion Emor. Emor is speak. Leviticus 21:1 through 24:23. The corresponding Hatarah portion is Ezekiel chapter 44, verses 15 through 31. So in this week's portion, Emor, God tells Moses about the seven feasts. But I want to bring to us to a very important part here of our Torah portion, that set apart from the seven feasts, we have something that God places right before the seven feasts, and he reminds Israel and Moses to celebrate the Sabbath. And then he lists the seven feasts. Now, why does he talk about the Sabbath immediately before the seven feasts? You know, there are some understandings and reasons that God does that, but I want to talk about one of them this morning. There are at least 14 passages in the Torah that talk about the Sabbath, Shabbat, and how important it is and how we should do it. But let me say that very simplified in the book of Hebrews, in the Brit Hadashah in the New Testament. By the way, the book of Hebrews, if it was given a proper name, it should be the book of the Messianic Jews, because it was written to the Messianic Jews that were in the diaspora after Yeshua died. And so we read in the book of Hebrews something very important about the concept of Shabbat. That the present Shabbat is a small taste of the future eternal Sabbath. In other words, the Sabbath is signifying and showing us some very important things about God's eternal kingdom and how we will be in eternal rest forever with God. And so with that in mind, knowing how we will enjoy a endless Shabbat with God the Father and Yeshua the Messiah, we go back to our seven feasts. And we just look at how the seven feasts are actually all a foreshadowing of Messiah, his coming, and his return. Now, let me tell you that this is a specific order that we find in the Torah. And it's not just a confused kind of order. God says, I think I'll put this here, and I think I'll put that there, and I think I'll place here and there. God is a God of order. As a matter of fact, in the Brit Hadashah, in 1 Corinthians, the word says that God is not a God of confusion, but he is a God of peace. And so we know that God is a God of peace, and he is a God of order. And so there's a specific order that he's giving us this, giving us the Shabbat, and then giving us the seven feasts. And so, we are in the middle of the different feasts, so to speak. The four feasts foreshadowed the coming of Messiah, and then there was this long period of months, 5 or 6 months, before the fall feast, the three fall feasts. We, in a sense, are living this out. Messiah came. We're in a sense, a long, dry summer. There's a long, dry summer in between the spring and the fall feasts. We are in this long, dry period known as living our lives, waiting for the Messiah to return. And then the three fall feasts will foreshadow the return of Messiah and us gathering together and then being in God's eternal kingdom. And so here is why I believe that God gives us Shabbat first and then the seven feasts, because he is telling us that Shabbat signifies his eternal rest with him. And then he is showing us how to get to that place of spending eternity with him. And he shows us by outlining the 7 feasts that tell us about Messiah's coming and return. So God presents Shabbat and then shows us how to enter through Messiah Yeshua. So that's our Torah this week, our Torah portion this week. If you liked our video, put a thumbs up, click the thumbs up below. If you want to share this with people above, you can cut and paste the address to people, send them an email. If you are watching this through Facebook, you can share this post, this video on your profile page, and friends and family will have an opportunity to see it if they want to. You can also subscribe below. There's a subscribe button. You can click that. It'll give you access to all my videos on my channel. My channel is Rabbi on the Fly. And there's a little bell there that you can even click. And if you're on your computer, when I release my weekly video, you'll get a little bing, and then you'll be notified of my posting of this YouTube video. Okay, so until next week, this is Rabbi Allen, and I am bidding you shalom, shalom, peace, peace.